25 most disturbing prison moments ever caught on camera. What up, YouTube? Another reaction slash breakdown video. We are breaking down some of the most craziest, some of the stuff that make you forget English. Hit the like button, comment below, let me know what y'all think. Subscribe to the family. We on the way to 50,000 subscribers. Let's get right into the reaction video.
These are the 25 most disturbing.
If somebody trying to poke you, but you on the 5th floor, is you gonna take the jump and see if your legs can survive, or you gonna take the from some big black dude? Comment below, what would y'all do? Because I don't really know. I know my legs can't take a 5th floor jump, but I know my skin ain't able to take a poking from a prison rusty shank. What would y'all do?
Prison moments ever caught on camera, starting with one of the most brilliant escape plans ever orchestrated. The escape of El Chapo from the Federal Social Readaptation Center No. 1, a max security prison in Mexico. The last time cameras saw him was close to the shower, an area with a perfect blind spot where the notorious El Chapo capitalized on his escape plan. And here you can see him pacing up and down like he's distressed with something on his mind. At some point, after leaning forward in the shower, he returns to take a seat on his bunk bed as if to take off his shoes. After he approaches the shower area again, he disappears. After about 25 minutes with no...
El Chapo escape was one of the best prison things I've ever seen in my life. Brody had a whole tunnel with a moped with lights. He almost had air conditioning. El Chapo escape tunnel had central air. He was on the back of a moped like he was going crazy.
No sighting of El Chapo, staff members went to look for him. It wasn't until they got to a cell that they discovered he was gone, and it looked like he escaped through a tunnel connecting the shower area to a construction site in the Santa Juanita neighborhood. The tunnel extended 33 feet.
Santa Juanita.
Feet below ground level, and what's more fascinating here is that it had its own artificial lights, air ducts, and seriously high-quality construction materials. What surprised authorities was seeing a motorcycle down there, probably used to transport materials, and even El Chapo himself on his way out of the tunnel. But as fascinating and as disturbing as that video may seem, this next one with Malika Calhoun is just as shocking as can be. November 2018, Calhoun was apprehended and confined in a cell located within the suburban SeaTac City Hall. And after being brought in for an auto theft investigation, one of the deputies assigned to the case, Paul Sheen, was said to have a problem with her attitude. Paul was getting irritated with her stubborn behavior, and after being placed in a cell, he asked her to remove her shoes. What he didn't know was that Malika had her own plans. And in video footage, we can see her kicking one of the shoes outside, and immediately after, Officer Paul swiftly moves towards her, pushing her back against the wall. Following that, he forcefully presses the girl against the wall and proceeds to slam her to the floor by seizing her hair. At this time, a second deputy enters the holding cell as Paul maintains his hold on the girl, keeping her face down on the floor. Unlucky for Paul, the video shows him forcefully hitting the girl before picking her up and taking her out of the holding cell. But here's where things get interesting. Malika was never charged with a crime, so Officer Paul's show of force was taken as an assault. And because of this,
dude beat up a lady that never got charged. She was in a holding cell, didn't get charged. She was being disorderly, so bro got the
As Paul Sheen was charged with 4th-degree assault, while the second officer in the video wasn't charged with anything, simply because he was a trainee. On to the next one. This is what we call...
That nigga got a 4th-degree assault. Being a police officer just doing his job is crazy. I'm not saying he didn't do too much, but I'm just saying, think about it. You clocked in and go to jail.
Hatching a Plan of Escape by Rustam Shahrudinov. A somewhat amazing moment where this Houdini-like prisoner who had been placed in custody on charges of theft manages to escape from jail through this tiny hatch used to put food into his cell. Now the footage catches the breathtaking moment the man slowly wriggles through the tiny hatch an inch at a time. He eventually manages to drop to the floor on the other side of the cell, after which he then puts his hands back inside to retrieve his clothing and shoes, dressing himself, and then walking off down the corridor. The daring escape happened in the town of Izbatabash in Russia's southwestern republic of...
Who in the heck named this place Izbatabash? Izbatabash. Izbatabash. That's just the name of this place. Izbatabash. Izbatabash. Swear them Arabian countries, Syria, when they get towards past, boy, once you get through Turkey and Syria, they start naming shit stupid. Azerbaijan. Ardabil. Azerbaijan. All those countries suck.
Kazakhstan, where he was held. But when he realized that the serving hatch might be large enough to escape through, he then seized the opportunity at 4 p.m. when the guards were apparently not paying attention to make a break for it. And of course, the red-faced prison officials were disappointed and said disciplinary action will be taken against the wardens who were on duty at that time, especially as the escape bid was clearly visible on security cameras that obviously nobody was looking at. Such laxity. However, media said that this man was a cat burglar and was well known for squeezing his way into flats through tiny window spaces. So for him, this was like a walk in the park. And now we can see that Rustam Shahrudinov and Leonid Grazer shared the same vision of escaping through narrow spaces, but they didn't share the same success story.
You see this chaos break out in the courtroom.
As crazy as that was Leonid Grazer, an 18-year-old.
They beat him up. You can see it in his face. They hit him with all type of sticks and batons. They beat the innocent out of him. I'm guilty. Take me to jail. Take me to jail. Take me. They hit me so hard.
Attempting to flee while facing trial for the killing of his sister. Now the trial happened in Shebernsky District Court in Moscow.
I know he murked his sister. Beat him again.
Russia. In 2019, Grazer with his sister Ariada Karol lived together and had what could have been described as this ideal relationship. However, Grazer began to confuse reality with hallucination, alleging that he was commanded by Satan to commit the murder. During the trial, shocked bailiffs observed Leonid attempting to wriggle his body through this narrow space of the enclosure where he was confined. Approaching him, they asked him what he was doing, to which he simply replied, "Nothing." Suddenly, Grazer made a swift attempt to slip his slender body through a small opening in the box's ceiling, almost succeeding in escaping. They tried to subdue him by striking his legs with batons, but he proved resilient. Fortunately, one bailiff managed to grab his leg firmly, enabling another bailiff to taser him down. Once they subdued him, he proceeded to confess fully, explaining how he believed the murder was a ritual to rid himself of the demon he claimed possessed him, and how it needed to be done. And now we can safely say that this man probably needed some mental evaluation. And talking about mental...
They tased, bro, and he just... Okay, I listen. And this is what I did. This is how I did her. This is how I unalived her. If you want to watch this full video without me interrupting, go to Crime Dynasty YouTube channel. Hit the like button. Comment below. Let me know what y'all want to see me react to next. Subscribe, join the family. Road to 50K. Till the next video, I'm out. Peace.